is one of the few tonight who is not a returning guest, but here for the very first time.
Woo!
Yeah, so you're gonna save that enthusiasm and you're gonna give it to her when I say her name, because I have been trying to get her on this show since the day I met her. She's a storyteller and an author. I love her. Please welcome to the stage, Michele Carlo.
It was third period on the first day of 10th grade, and my best friend Nikki, who had been flat as the proverbial pancake the June before, was waltzing through the girls' locker room in a double D cup black lace bra like it was a trophy. And believe it or not, I wasn't jealous, because I know that for most people, the female rite of passage is getting your boobs. But when you're Latin, like I am, Puerto Riqueña in the house, your body part of choice is the buttocks. Oh yes, that is the cheeky little skeleton in our Puerto Rican closet. The 5 happy words we have to describe your bottom. Would you like to hear them?
Yeah.
All right, repeat after me. Call and response here, people. Culo,
Culo.
Fundillo,
Fundillo.
Chicho,
Chicho.
Nalgas,
Nalgas.
and Delicioso.
And little
No, that was a trick. I mean, it's delicious.
Yeah.
But like you can say to me, like, Michele, come on, everybody has a butt. And yes, of course they do. It's just not the perfect Latin bottom. Not too wide across the hips, yet full and meaty across the beam. Not as high as a bubble butt, yet completely lifted off the back of your thighs. Now everybody, close your eyes and picture this. No, seriously, close your eyes and picture this. Picture 2 teardrop-shaped globes of firm, pliant, undimpled muscle. Each side with built-in rack and pinion steering that makes each side undulate separately from the other, even when the proud owner stands completely still. There was no escaping this perfect posterior in my house. Every salsa album cover had one, and every merengue album cover had 2. Every novia on every novela on Channel 47, I grew up in New York, Channel 47 had one. My 60-year-old abuela, my grandmother, had one. My 5-year-old cousin Evie had one. Every Latin woman in New York City had the perfect butt, except me. And to the women in my family, this was a disaster that needed to be prevented, a catastrophe that needed to be averted, a disease that needed to be cured. And so my family held what I like to call the Chicho Council of 1977. My titi Carmen, the religious one, said, I know we have to take Michele to the church and have pasta acevedo play over the pot that doesn't grow. And then my titi Ophelia said, between puffs of Virginia Slim's menthol, no, forget that shit, stop feeding her. And then after I walked by, no, forget that shit, hide her until she's 21. And then my mother chimed in. Listen to me, all of you. No daughter of mine is going to be una gordita. Now that's my mom, Lucy, otherwise known as the Jackie O of East 103rd Street. A woman who was born in Puerto Rico, came here at the age of 7, speaks with no accent whatsoever unless she pisses me off, was always perfectly coiffed and made up and appropriately dressed, and after 20 years of marriage and 2 babies, still weighed exactly the same as the day she walked down that aisle. Woo! 108 pounds, 70 of which was butt. And she was convinced that with the right diet, makeup, and foundation garments, her little Goriflona, fatty, would be transformed magically into una gran mami chula, honey. And so the next month, I did it my mother's way. I basically ate just like plain boiled chicken and plain salad. In the 70s, there was no fucking arugula and kale. It was like iceberg lettuce, people. And like no rice and no beans and no pizza and no french fries, so basically nothing good. And then like I ran around the track every day for a half an hour out of school, and I was in gymnastics because I wasn't smoking weed yet, and I thought that, you know, athletics was still cool. And for real. And no, parallel bars, man, you get a fucking rush. And then I even let my mother buy me control top panties, and let me tell you something, those suckers hurt.
Yeah.
But after an entire month of this regimen, there was still no butt. You know, and it wasn't my fault. I was a normal teenager. Otherwise, I just didn't have a shape. Their shape. A pear shape. And at this point, this is when the teenage paranoia starts to kick in. I mean, first I was thinking, well, I don't have a butt. I mean, maybe I'm not really Puerto Rican after all. Maybe I'm adopted. But I look exactly like both my parents, except for the friggin' red hair and freckles, so I knew this wasn't the case. And then I thought that, well, you know, maybe I'm like, you know, we had health class. Maybe I'm like really a hermaphrodite, like what they used to say about Jamie Lee Curtis, remember? And then I was like, no, I don't think so. But then I figured, okay, maybe I just need to go talk to someone who really knows what it's like to be a woman. And so I went to go speak with my friend Nikki, who is now called Nikki Boom Boom. So I'm in Nikki's bedroom, and I'm just like crying and like lamenting my lack of development. And she just has she's wearing a dancing bodysuit, because that's what people wore in the 70s, and down to her waist, and she's in another double D cup black lace bra, admiring her twin points of womanhood, and she's just like not even listening to me, going, and she just turns around, she goes, oh, Michelle, just give it a rest, you'll grow someday. And then I just like go into the bathroom, I like slink into the bathroom, and there's another full-length mirror, and I'm just like twisting around trying to see what's behind me, and there is nothing, and I'm totally convinced that I'm going to be at least 30 by the time I see any sign of development. And by then I'm going to be like half dead, so why is it going to matter? So I go back to tell Nikki goodbye. And then the door was slightly ajar, and I peeked in. And she's still in front of the mirror. But now she's stuffing wad after wad of tissue paper. Tissues, Kleenex, into each cup of that double D cup black lace bra. And believe it or not, I wasn't upset. I didn't feel betrayed. I just thought, whoa, if she could stuff her bra, why can't I? And so, for the rest of the weekend, I had something behind me I could finally be proud of. Well, sort of. I mean, it kind of like shifted around a lot, and I sat down and got flat. But when I went to my abuela's house for Sunday dinner, I walked around the entire apartment like I was holding a dime, because that's how much a phone call cost back then. I didn't cost a quarter until the 80s. A dime between my nalgas cheeks, just like my mother told me a real Latina mujer walked. But no matter how much I shimmied and shook it in front of them, nobody noticed a thing. This was a group of women that could spot an unplucked eyebrow at 30 paces. And nobody could see the total and complete transformation of my body. But I figured that was okay, because that's just my family. Because the people that count, the people at school, on Monday, all my friends were. And then on Monday, everything was fine until third period when it was gym, and I realized I would have to get undressed. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. So like I'm kind of like cycling over to the back of the lockers, and then Nikki sees me and she runs over. She goes, hey, Michelle! She goes, what's that hanging out of your waist? And she pulls out a long trail of Charmin from the back of my pants underneath the cold fluorescent light of that locker room. And she goes, what's going on? I'm just like, and she goes, oh my God, hey everybody, look, Michelle stuffs her butt, Michelle stuffs her butt. And she's like pulling out the toilet paper. Everybody So we know that this is the point where your life is over, or as we said in the Bronx where I grew up, over. And there was only one thing I could do. I pushed Nikki backwards over a bench, and as she flipped over, that black double D cup lace bra popped open, and out flew enough pink Kleenex for every Ortiz funeral parlor in the world. The entire locker room howled again as Nikki leaped on me. She pulled my hair and I tried to strangle her what was left of my toilet paper tail. A teacher pulled us apart and I didn't go back to school for 2 days. The cheat show council didn't take it very well. Titio Philia said, I know, we have to have Pasta Acevedo anoint the offending area with holy oil. Maybe that will help. Titio Philia just said, forget that shit, just send to the Yale. Jail, not Yale. And my mother said, she just looked at me and said, how could you? And I didn't know whether she was talking about the stuffing or the fight. And while everybody else around me argued, a miracle happened. I grew 2.5 inches in the next year, unheard of for a 15-year-old girl. And that extra 10 pounds around my middle somehow migrated down just the right distance and has produced what even my Titio Philia grudgingly must admit to this day is the finest pair of nalgas in my entire familia. Thank